You might not be able to see it, but Elsa does have legs in this scene. Shocker, right? The Nox gallop cycle is way too floaty, even more than you would expect from a horse-shaped water spirit. If it held less on the legs flying back and had ups and downs, it might have been passable. This cut is jarring because the camera jolts for an extra frame at the start of the shot. Elsa is supposed to be riding over water, but this just looks like a blue glass floor atop an endless void. There aren't even any effects as the Nox hooves hit the water. After staring at this horse glide for a few moments, I don't think Elsa even has the same skin tone as she does in the movie. Elsa's hair looks like snow piled on her head. I mean, at the very least, it's an improvement over the wiry spaghetti look she was rocking in that Into the Unknown video.
Like a dream I can reach, but not quite whole.
5 sins for the consistently garbled lip sync, which, oddly enough, was something the Into the Unknown video got right.
I can sense you there.
Behold the, majesty of Watahalan. Yay?
Like a friend I've always known.
These icebergs were not in the previous shot. Though, to be fair, that also happened in the movie. So, let's use our standby of adding a sin and then removing it, just to be fair. Not to mention, one of our scriptwriters is studying geology and would love to know how ice becomes perfectly cuboidal like that. At least in the world of Minecraft, ice formations look vaguely natural and weathered if you squint a bit.
I'm arriving.
The Nook not only floats up this first step, but clips into the platform and then slides to a very short stop. Horse leads aren't meant to be that stiff. That just makes them look like solid bars wrapped around the horse's head. I find it hilarious that this wall looks longer than it really is.
And it feels like I am.
Elsa bows to the Nook as a token of appreciation, but in this Minecraft version, the action is so stiff and snappy that it just looks weird. You know what? I'm sending all the snappy, linear movements now. I've held off long enough. Elsa reaches back and awkwardly tussles the block that is the lower half of her hair. What is with this walk cycle? Actually, no. It's more of a shuffle cycle than anything.
You have secrets too.
Elsa moonwalks forward into Watahalan.
Show yourself.
There's a small, uniform gap between Elsa's hair and her face.
Show yourself.
Elsa tries to step forward normally, but drops down, which, I feel that, Elsa. To make up for it, she moonwalks off the next step like a pro.
It's your turn.
The lighting changes between shots. It becomes bluer. Oh, moving on.
Looking for all of my life.
Normally we'd sin sliding, but that isn't enough. She's walking on ice. She may be barefoot, but still.
Show yourself.
What? Elsa, how can you walk sideways with your feet going forward? Normally we'd sin sliding, but that isn't enough. She's walking on ice. She may be barefoot, but still. Can she hear us?
Never felt so certain. All my
Okay, now Elsa's feet stick to the ice as she runs towards the strange light that just showed up.
Could it be the reason
Elsa floats for an uncomfortable amount of time here. Also, she locked her knees before landing down.
I was born?
This light flickering is an attempt to mimic the original, where Elsa goes up and down in the ice tube, but instead, it just doesn't look great. The lights just disappear.
Always been so different. Normal rules did not
Elsa doesn't even touch these two snow pillars. The magic summoning the snow pillar happens in only a few frames and overall looks far too janky.
apply.
Elsa falls into this tunnel in one position, and then in the next shot, we see her in another. Continuity is not this person's strong suit. And no, this isn't a byproduct of reanimating the original, as the shot from the movie's continuity is pretty much perfect. What was originally 6 pillars magically turns into 4. One of Elsa's powers must be subtraction.
I'm no longer
In the original, this was a jump cut with slightly different camera positioning, but in this version, the camera doesn't move, so it looks like Elsa just teleported. I should just go ahead and sin all the clipping here. There is zero weight to Elsa's movements as she manipulates the ice. This is even worse than the bending effects in the last Airbender movie. Looks like someone forgot to render all the pillars in this shot.
Show yourself.
Elsa's arm movements, though not physically impossible, don't look all that natural, likely due to her not moving her shoulders up.
Let me see who you
This lighting disappears in the first few frames of this next shot.
Oh, sorry for showing up late to the scene, Elsa. Had to warp drive in after a quick potty break that one of us particles had.
come to me now.
Some of these particles still have little shards on them from when they shot into the scene. Throughout this entire scene with the hyperdrive particles, this hangs out at the top right of the screen.
Don't make me wait.
The Nook sure has a lot of noise on it. It's probably an attempt to make it sparkly. Why did the animator try to make a water spirit sparkly? Beats me.
One moment more.
Those particles formed to make this pink thing in the original, but here it's just made out of lines.
Come to me now.
The inside of Elsa's mouth is just skin. Rest in peace, Elsa's teeth. This pink thing really doesn't want to be in that slot you put it in, Elsa. There! Did you see that? Queen Iduna flickers just a little bit. Not only does this blink bring down her hair, but she also doesn't close her eyes all the way. Elsa's shoulder snaps into its next position. It's a good thing the shot is mostly focused on her face and not her body.
My darling homeward bound.
Iduna is horribly time remapped here. Elsa's eyelashes shoot past her eyelid in this blink. Her left shoulder locks into place so Idina Menzel can belt out a high C sharp. Elsa's eyebrow wiggle in the original is way too exaggerated in this version, and it looks silly. Also, good news! Elsa's teeth are back. But, are they flesh colored?
Show yourself. Step in.
Elsa's shoulders suddenly snap up after this transition here. These particles commit Sudoku at light speed. This piece of Elsa's dress is more fixed to a point in her than it is fixed to her back. Again with the lack of shot continuity. Funnily enough, the original also has a continuity error here, but it's completely different. Elsa's eyes go off kilter relative to her eyelashes. It's such a shame because the animation is actually incredibly expressive, both here and in the original. This dress doesn't like existing as much as I don't like this lackluster animation. Oh god, her dress is starting to turn into a helicopter! In conclusion, this animation, just like the Into the Unknown video we sinned a few weeks ago, was made in just 5 days. If the animator would just dedicate more time and care to their videos instead of trying to hit unrealistic deadlines, there's a good chance this animation could have turned out much better. If we had some advice for Killshot 2596, we would recommend that they slow down the production cycle and focus on quality over quantity. More polish will do wonders.
Message received. See you around.